Recording. There you go. Hi guys, my name is
Oh,
Natalie. I am a soon-to-be triple diamond leader, and your amazing leader Courtney wanted to pick my brain about stacking, and I'm eating
yeah.
chocolate.
Yeah, you don't even have to do a whole spiel. Like, whatever. Let's just talk. I know that I'm not going to be able to explain it exactly. So, and I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, so no, we don't stack. And I feel like an effing idiot for like never really hearing about it. I mean, obviously, my brain says, duh, you stack DTs, but I just don't know like who you stack, when, like all that stuff. And I feel dumb because like our team has definitely gone through like, especially right now, but in the past too, like we've gone through huge growth spells where we had like 20 people promote to emerald, diamond, double diamond, you know what I mean? And while like shit was popping, it was awesome, but then when volume started to go down, we lost ranks, you know? So that was like why a big chunk of our team left this past year, was because everyone was like losing ranks and stuff. So sorry, I have like really bad allergies too. Um, so I've just been hearing so many people like comment and talk about stacking, and I don't know what the F it is. So break it down to me, girl.
I will kind of just do my spiel, and then you can ask questions. So,
Okay.
like I told you earlier, stacking basically means that you're putting multiple distributors under one another. I used to make like every distributor an executive basically. So look at it that way. You're putting at least two or sometimes more under one box, because all that volume compresses up to equal 400, in theory. So perfect example, let's say we have a chart. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this up. So instead of just putting one distributor, like, yeah, you can do one, one, one. I will put like one and then one, one, one. So I will put like 2, 3 distributors in one box, because all of their customers, all of their auto ships, all of their volume equals 400, hopefully. So basically, when you stack, you are putting all your eggs, more eggs in one basket, which in return allows you to build strong, allows you to, get random volume from orders. Just people will randomly log in, right, and place an order. Like Thermophyte came out. Everyone started placing orders. So I have like extra volume everywhere, and that's building my entire chart up because I stack so heavily. So when to stack, how to stack. So let's say you are building a new ruby, okay? For example, I just had to build a new ruby under my mom for her to go diamond. I have, let's see, let me count and give you guys real examples. So I built a new ruby, and we only need 3 people, right? Wrong, okay? Because if you only put 3 people, are they gonna work? What are the chances? No, probably not. Are they going to assign their own customers? Probably not. Are they going to have declines? Yes. Are they going to turn off their auto ship? Maybe. So when you put multiple people under those people in that one box, you are doubling, tripling, quadrupling your chances of that volume being up, especially now, more so than ever. So it's perfect timing that you're learning this, because you have to have 2,000 volume. So you're going to want to stack. And I think that is the whole point of them doing that, is for us to not spread out so thin and then lose rank. So they're kind of making sure that you do stack. Now, there's another video I'll send you that Amber Parker did, which she kind of explains the stacking thing for Ruby, like in more layman's
like
terms.
the new charting one. Send it to me either way, but I think I did see that.
So that one really helped explain it like in layman's terms. But when it comes to like us, we're building, we're leaders, we're doing a lot more. So especially if you're a mass enroller, or if your team's mass enrolling, Princey, no, sorry, my cat's trying to get attention. He's like going crazy. Okay, so I have 3 people, obviously, to fill it, and then I have 1, 2, 3. So I have 4 people in one box. Then I have at least 2 in that one, and then I have 2 in the other one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people for one ruby leg so far. Now, what I do is I will look and see who's actually working, and I will put less people there. If they're not working, if they haven't even posted, if they're ignoring me, if they just wanted the product, whatever the case is, then I will stack multiple people in that box. Because
even if they're not running an auto, if they have no volume, you'll put DTs underneath them.
Yes, because I know I'm getting my fast start. So if I know, like, if I'm getting my fast start, then I will put a distributor under them, because I will log in and turn on their auto ship if I have their password. So then it's 2 customers, 2 customers, 2 customers, or whatever the case is. And I will try and fill that to 400, now, 500, 600, in hopes that, just by me putting those fast starts to getting my fast starts fills that box. So because I mass enroll, so I know I can do 2, 2, 2, and 2. I get all my fast starts and cabs, and hopefully that fills that box. So that's how I look at it, as it's double dipping. You're filling the box and you're getting your fast start and cab. So it makes a lot of sense too with the comp plan, because you're keeping things close to the top. If you're charting outside of your chart, unless you're Emerald, you're not getting paid on that anyways. So there's no reason for me to be charting for presidential right now if I'm not even, I lost my double for 2 months. So now I'm getting it back. But if I'm not even at double, there's no reason that you should be charting for prez, because you're not getting paid on it, all that outside volume. Yes, you are in some terms, but not like as much as if you were to put it all on your one chart, if that makes sense. So you're going to get paid more. And I know you maybe know, but some of the other, if you're sharing this with your leaders, they don't know, but I was a double diamond for majority of last year, and I was getting paid triple prez pay because of how I stack, and because I keep things closer to the top, and make sure that the volume is condensed, so to say. I'm trying to think of all the ways to explain it, but it also prevents people from canceling and then you getting screwed and not being able to use that box, because if you put distributors under them, then you can use them. Especially if we're in this for the long haul, people are going to cancel out after a year. So if you're using that one box and you're just billing all these customers, why not slide a distributor and all those customers, slide a distributor and all those customers? You see what I'm saying? You're going to make way more money that way.
Yeah. So when you're stacking, are you putting them all on that box's top line, or are you stacking underneath each other?
It depends. If they're working and I'm going to try building them, help them build, then I will, put on level 2, 3, 4, if we're building. But if they're just a 400 box and they're not working, I will put 6 people. Some of my boxes have 6, 12 people on them over, the years. Then I will just legit put them, there'll be 1 and there'll be 6 2s on level 2. So I will legit put them the closest to the top, because we get paid the most, at the top. So it just depends on who they are. If they're working, if they're signing customers, then of course I'm going to give them, distributors. That way they can slide their customers under them. And then I make fast starts if they're not enrolling their own distributors. I always try and have them fast start my people, basically.
Yeah. So it makes so much sense. I'm mind blown right now. I honestly, especially with these new charts, I was feeling like we needed to do this anyways. Basically, all my girls going for diamond right now, I'm okay, get yourself charted, and then after that, we're gonna stack. I don't want you to go for 2 promotions, 3 promotions, because that's what we did for the $9.99. Girl, I was boxed for prez. I haven't even ever gotten triple yet, so obviously that didn't happen, and that's what all my leaders did too, Danielle, all my girls, got
it's cool to get the shout out, and it's cool to have oh, I'm boxed, but I'd rather make a fatter paycheck at double than say, oh my God, I'm almost prez. You know what I mean? To me, it made no sense. I'd rather chase the bank, not the rank.
Yeah.
And that's something that really stuck out to me. I learned a lot from people that have left, and they were making a shit ton of money at their ranks, and they were comfortable there because they didn't want more responsibility, and their checks were ambassador checks at triple. So it's definitely possible. You just have to know the comp plan. And Denise Walsh does a lot of in-depth trainings. There's a lot of in-depth comp plan trainings. Well, now it's a little bit different, but the whole principle of it, the closer it is to the top, the better. And there's nothing wrong with building down on one box and putting multiple people, because they're still on your level 2. Let's say if they're on your top line, the 400 box, if the volume's falling short, I won't just place customers there. I will stack a distributor and then fill that box, always. So if I know I need volume, let's say you're just trying to maintain. So if I know I need volume and I always try to fill my top boxes first, I will wait until I have a distributor and then put a customer there, if that makes sense. I will never just put I will try everything I can to do to not just put a freeloading customer somewhere, because that's half of a fast start.
Yeah.
I'm so fast start focused. If I have a shit ton of distributors, right now, I'm kind of holding off with signing more distributors. Granted, I signed 2 today, but they just came to me because I was
I
No,
tried.
boosters, because I'm trying to fast start everyone. So, you know, and if I don't have a distributor to fast start, that's my focus. I will do whatever I can to sign a distributor. And now we have 3 days, so there's no excuse. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So before I move a customer, I'll wait till the last minute and I will try and get a distributor. So that way I can stack it and make more money, essentially.
that makes so much sense. What would you say the lowest, not lowest, but like I guess lowest, the lowest level that you would stack? Do you only keep it on like 4 and higher?
No, I mean, I have levels that are like, they're like number, I think 12 or 7 or 6. Like, it just depends on how far down on, you know, who I'm working with, who's working
Yeah.
sometimes too. You know, if I'm like, you know, I just had a bunch of, you know, transitions in my business. So of course, some people are like a little bit further down, but once that top person cancels, then they compress up too. So just because it says 12 in E Suite or 7 in E Suite, that's not necessarily the level that they're at. You have to look above it.
I wish it would. Where? What? Let me write this down. It says it somewhere else because I've always been like, I wish this would update. Like what?
No, it doesn't. You just have to look. So
Okay.
like if I see like that first person's canceled, then I know that that 6 is really a 5. And then I'm good, you know.
Yeah. So I think I already asked this, and I don't remember if this was in our message or on the Zoom, but do you stack a DT underneath the DT that has no volume coming in, doesn't run their auto, and it's past the time to get a fast start?
No.
So you just put
No,
them
that's just a random
done.
person. I have those too. It just happens sometimes where you don't get the fast start and you miss it, and that's okay. That's just, I just ignore that because there's no point, you know, unless like they're like, oh, I'm about to place a 100 BB order. Okay, cool. Then I'll stack under it to save that 100 BB.
Right.
So that's also what I look at is if I have other options, I will look to see where's the most BB coming from. Who do I have a gut feeling? A lot of it's intuition. Who do I have a gut feeling is going to be placing orders because they've been really liking my stuff, or, you know, they told me that they're ordering soon. Then I will stack under that leg if that person's there too, you know. But I have random 400 boxes that are just extra volume, and it's like 150 volume, but I don't stack under it because I have other ones that have taken off that are like, you know, closer to 400. So it's all circumstantial, and I just see who's closest, and then I'll stack. Some months I do stack randomly here or there because I'm going to use that box. So it just kind of depends on your business, how you're balancing, you know, are you rebuilding, you know, all that stuff. Hang on one second. Princey, no. He wants attention, so he's like messing with my cords.
Aww.
They know.
So cute.
Hi, baby.
Oh my gosh, our dog has been at my parents' house since conference, and we're like not the same. We're like,
Want to keep it?
we're on the verge of like depressed. We're like, maybe it's because he's not here. He's like our emotional, you know, support. Okay, I'm trying to think if I have any other questions. That last one was so good because like I have a new girl who is like, she's one of my best friends. I was in her wedding, and she watched me for like 4 years. She just joined me at the end of last year, and she's like 3 away from being boxed for diamond. But you know, now it's 3 legs. She's got 2 that are like killing it, but one of them, like literally, there's nothing.
Stack.
But she already missed her fast start. She's not running an auto, and she has 0 volume. So we're like 400 circle. We need 400 volume on this box. And I'm like, do we stack under this girl or do we just replace her? You know?
No, start a new one.
Okay.
Yeah, if you already missed it and there's nothing under there coming, it's just like it's not even there.
Yeah.
It's not even there.
So you're obviously you're going for triple.
Yeah.
So are you just like you're filling out your triple chart and then stacking? Like is your time?
No, I haven't even filled it out yet because I'm helping a new girl go double. So, and then I'm helping my mom go diamond. So I've been stacking under my mom because obviously my mom is a diamond leader. My dad is the emerald, and they're not working. So I need to make up the slack by stacking, and to get a runner or someone enrolling in each box. And then also there's another ruby under my dad that's not working. Like I build people I trust. And that's another thing. Like I won't ever build someone unless I know that they won't cancel on me or that I have a working, like good communication relationship with them. Like if I'm building a key position, I will, time it properly. I also just now, almost 3 years later, signed up my aunt because I'm having her be the emerald under the diamond that's on my triple leg. So I have put some people there, but another thing, when you're at the higher ranks, like I will before this $20 thing, like this is what I used to do. I would put like a distributor here. Like I would space them out. because you don't want to always just stack in one area. You want to kind of spread it out. So like, I'll give this leg some help, this leg some help, because I'll get my fast starts, So I'm adding volume kind of all over. So that way your business is balanced. Like as soon as I hit 10,000 GV this month, I was diamond. Like my business is so balanced, and that's your goal, is when you're building, to stay balanced, because then you can maintain. You don't ever want to be filling the boxes to maintain, because that's just super stressful. I've been there. So I've learned to just do everything I can to stay balanced. And if I see like this leg's taken off, then I'm going to make sure I put a lot of my stuff on this other side. I try and look where's the dead weight, where people aren't working. And that's where I will put my distributors to A, hopefully get a worker, and B, because I know I'm putting customers there.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. You know that I built myself to diamond, double, built my mom to double, built my sister to diamond, and built John to almost diamond, but emerald. And those were like, because when I first started, I was so like ambitious, and I was like, show me the diamond chart, because it was a $10,000 bonus. And I was like, okay, I need 5 people to go to the top, which I know I'm going to the top. So those three of those people, I'm going to make my mom, my sister, and my boyfriend, because I know they're always going to be here. And so I literally did the work of 4 people, which was awesome when everybody, like, it was taking off and the volume was there and I had runners underneath them. But then when like stuff started like falling back, everyone lost their stuff, and it was just like too much work for me. I'm like, if I would have freaking known about the stacking thing, I mean, it's still that's a lot of work still, even like what you're doing, which it takes a special person, which I know.
But I want my $100 bonuses and my caps. So don't look at it as that. When you're stacking, you're making more money. So yeah, you're working hard, and you may be building other people, but you're getting paid more. So that's how I look at it, is I want those $100 bonuses. I'm going to stack where I need the volume, where I, am you're doing the work anyways. So why not make more money? Like, I'm so red with this. And that's just my mindset is, I will never just place a customer, I'll do everything I can to not just place a random customer somewhere to fill a box. I will always try and at least put a distributor there. That way the fast starts, on its way.
Yeah, I know. Just like that, I brought that whole thing up because you were talking about like evening and out, which it's starting to even out a little bit, but not even really. But like, dude, my mom's leg, she was my emerald to go diamond, my diamond to go double. She doesn't work it at all. I built it all by myself, but then she became my elephant leg. I'm talking about like when I had like 8.
Well, now it doesn't matter. Now you can have elephant legs.
I know. And I'm like, oof.
But you can still stack. Like, I have one heavier leg too. And that's why I've been really investing into my mom's side, because that needed work. And it was good. She was maintaining emerald for a long time. And then people started quitting and started falling off. So now that's all my eggs are going in that basket. Stack. And
girl, my mom maintains double. Even when I don't. Like, even when I don't have diamond, my mom maintains. I'm like, okay. I mean, granted, like on those rough months, she sends me the paycheck, but this is like mind blowing. So basically only stack customers where there's a distributor to get a fast start. And just basically it makes sense. And I was honestly really like telling my team that anyways. I'm like, okay, everyone that's going for diamond, like, we're going to fill your chart and then you're going to stack. After that, like, our goal is to get 2 or 3 DTs where it says 1 DT on your diamond chart. Like, that's
I have them do like, I'll do the projected numbers, and wherever it's the most volume needed, that's where I'll start stacking first. So let's say this box only has like, it still needs 380 or something. It only has 20 or has 1 customer or whatever. And like, you're going to get the other, customer, or let's say it only has 200. Like, where's the box that needs the most volume? That's where I will slide a distributor, because then I know that if I sign like 150 BV or an 80 BV order, boom, 2 customers, fills that whole box. Don't even got to worry about it. And then if that person starts working or they sign their own, like, that's great. You know what I mean? But at least I know the bare minimum's covered, and I'm making sure I'm getting my money. So I look at it as, okay, where do I need the most volume? That's where I'm going to start off, and I'm going to start closing off boxes, especially now, like towards the end of the month. Beginning of the month, obviously you're building. End of the month, I stack strategically. Where do I need the most volume? So like, yeah, I was doing my triple chart, but then I was like, all right, time to go back to double, you know, make sure that I have double solid, because I'm not even going to keep looking at triple if I'm not back at double and it's secured. You know what I mean? So, so that's what I was looking at. And you know, I just do all the numbers, and then because I'm transitioning people, I'm eliminating people and I'm promoting new people, I'm focusing on, you know, that, and I'm trying to chart for that. But at the same time, I already know my business is balanced. So as I'm doing that, I'm still going to be good either way, as long as I get my volume up. So it's like I'm building new, but I'm also adding volume.
Yeah.
And it still stays good. See what I'm saying? So like I'm doing both at the same time. And it's taken a lot of practice and a lot of strategy to kind of get my business where I want it to. And sometimes, you know, it does take talking to someone. And I used to always just say it out loud. I would be like, okay, so I think I'm going to do this because it does this. And then, it, you know, and I would talk about my placements out loud. I don't know what it is about hearing it and just getting a second opinion. You know, I used to talk to my ex, and he didn't do charting, but I would still talk to him. And if it sounded good or if it made sense, then I would do it. Now I go to my accountability partner. I'm like, hey, I just need to talk this out. I'm going to do this because and then she's like, but why wouldn't you do that? And I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, it just helps to talk with someone. So go to your, you know, your sideline, your leader. And, you know, another thing, if you guys are all like on the same, you know, team and you're working together, always communicate where you're stacking, you know, so-and-so, I think is going to place a big order, so we don't need to fill that. Like, I always try and tell my downline to communicate with me, so that way you double stack or you don't double fill the box, because then you're wasting volume. So anytime, like my girl that's going double, anytime she signs someone, she tells me where. Or I'll be like, what's up with, you know, so-and-so? She's like, oh, they're about to sign like 6 people. Okay, so then I'm not even going to worry about that part. You know what I mean? So it's always good to be in open communication. And that's what I'm teaching another sideline team too, is, you know, if you guys are all promoting and working together, like, you have to talk about placements ahead of time. Don't just randomly start placing people, because what you think may look good to you, the person up top that's overlooking everything, that kind of sees the bigger picture, is going to be like, that makes no sense. You know what I mean? So communication is key with this business. And I used to get into it with, you know, my old runner, and, you know, we had issues, but I just feel like, you know, you get better at this the more that you're in it. So
yeah, for sure. Thankfully, we don't have that issue. I feel like, if anything, my girls are like, ask all the time, like, what do I do? Like, why do I put this person on my chart?
Oh, that's good. That's how I learned. When I first got started, my double diamond upline, she's not here anymore, but I legit went to her for every single placement. Like, I'm so green in the beginning. I just wanted to know everything. But that's how I learned, and that's how I was able to maximize the comp plan. I also, you know, listened to a lot of videos and looked at the breakdown, and you just have to look at it and you know, learn it, and just keep it. Different things will make sense the longer you're in. So just, you know, turn on that green hat and just kind of like dive into looking at it and be like, okay. And also looking in your commissions, you can click on every like level, you can click on everything and see where you're making the most money. And it definitely starts to make sense just by getting curious. And, you know,
I'm so not green. Like, there's not a green thing in my body. So this is like, you know, it's in a foreign language, but I need to get it, because I mean, I've always, when I first promoted, or like when, you know, like obviously right now we're in such a rebuilding stage, but like when I first got diamond paychecks, when I first was getting double paychecks, like for the first year or two for both of those, they were like way higher than the average. So I'm like, okay, obviously I was doing something right then. But I think one of the biggest things is like on our team, like, and obviously you can't blame anybody, but we never heard of stacking, but also we always went wide, and we always like shot for things like 3 ranks ahead, and then would get let down, or we would like get these promotions and then we would lose them, and then people would get super discouraged. Like, the whole team would get discouraged. Another big thing that a lot of like people on our team did, you know, and I'm, like I said, I'm not blaming anybody, like all of them are gone now, but it's like when someone tells you something, you kind of like just do what, you know, what you're taught almost. But we placed a shit ton of volume, like month after month, to keep rank. And it was like ridiculous, you know, like where people were like, I don't feel comfortable placing this volume every single month just to keep my rank. You know what I mean? And like now it's like, thankfully, the people that are left now are like not about that. Like, they're actually like, I'm going to work. Like, I'm actually going to get customers.
And that's also what stacking does, is it ensures that you don't have to buy volume. There was months that I had to buy volume, don't get me wrong, but then there was months that I was like, I'm good on the 25th, balance for double, hallelujah.
Yeah.
So I stacked in
Yeah.
the, like, that was my goal, was to never have to buy volume. And I made that my goal for like 6 months, and it was like clutch. And then obviously, life changes happen. But I made that my goal. I was like, I'm going to stack and I'm going to fill these boxes. And then I want them all like over 400. I don't have to worry about them. Obviously a couple maybe, but like that was my goal, was to just make every box so solid that, let's say someone turns off their auto ship, but then you're upselling this person. And then this is another thing I love, love, love doing. So if I know that I need 200 volume for a box, I will go to that box, that tree viewer, and I will start looking down who did I enroll in there, and I would go message them. Hey, how's it going? If they've been ordering for 6 months or whatever, hey, how's it going? Talk to those people, because then they're seeing your posts. They obviously join and sign up with you because they love you for whatever reason. They connect with you. So then they're going to be like, oh yeah, tell me about that new fat burner. So I will go to those boxes that I need volume to, and I will go to those people. If there's declines, I will reach out to, like, you know what I mean? Like you have more people to talk to in those boxes. Same thing with those distributors. Just because maybe it wasn't their time doesn't mean that they don't want to order hair, skin, and nails or something right now. So I would message those people, and I'll just be like, hey, how's it going? Just reach out to them, because my intention is that someone in that box will buy something. I don't know who or how. I'm just going to reach out to them. So when you have all those different people right there in that one box, you have more chances of it being filled as an upsell even. You don't always have to put new people in it.
Yeah. That's so smart. Okay.
So when you chart ahead, it's like you have thin water, right? But when you're stacking, it's like you have like this dense piece of ice.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at it. And it's harder to break ice, right, than a thin piece of water.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're dense, it's like you're built so strong that if someone falls off or someone quits, then you still have 2 other people under there that maybe now it's their time, or maybe this person places an order, even though like 6 people turn off the auto ship. You know what I mean? Like there's just more chances of it being good, and that's how I look at it.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Thanks for the one-on-one.
Drop. You're welcome. So speaking of, I want to interview you on a Zoom. So tell me when.
Oh my gosh, I feel so honored. I don't know. Oh, I have an idea. I have actually been thinking about this too. Have you ever heard of like people doing, like, I know the Duns do it, but it's like a 400 club? Where like,
yeah.
I don't like the PBV thing. What? What are you gonna say?
I know now everyone's talking about 500 Club.
I know.
It's too much for me to keep track of. Like, I don't have time for that.
What do you mean you keep track? I don't keep. Why would you keep track of it? They gotta tell you when they get it.
Well, I know people that run the report at the end or like the following month, and then they like, someone I know does it, and they have like this huge long list. Like you have to type everyone's name out. Like I ain't got time for all that.
Okay, I don't think we should really be that strict and check. But what I was thinking of is like, I'm just especially thinking for like next month, like basically not all of my girls are going for their promotions next month. This month we're just trying to get DTs and, get everything in place. But I like the idea of 500 too, especially since the whole like volume thing now. Yeah. But I was thinking of like, what if we like announce like a 500 club, and then basically like anyone who gets 500, like tag your DT or whatever when they get it, or you comment whatever on a thread. We can each have it in our like team pages or whatever. And at the end of the month, you'll be like entered to this private Zoom or whatever. And then like one of us do a Zoom, like, be the guest speaker or whatever. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like ways to make people like run for, I know 500 volume sounds so stupid. And like, honestly, like 90% of our team will get it like that. But we have so many newbies. I'm sure you do too. That I'm trying to give them like something.
I tried doing the 400, the 500. I didn't like it. It didn't really work for me. I mean, you can try it. I always do a hat boom. So anytime they put a host to post up, I have them screenshot it and log it. Sometimes I'll do a giveaway for like coffee for the people that are in the host to post. Sometimes I'll do it for my team. Whoever gets the most host to post wins something.
Yeah.
And then they have their own count. So I like doing that for multiple reasons. One, it gets them doing host to post in general. Yeah. That's what, leads come to you. Two, I have screenshots of names of all their leads or people that are interested somewhat in our product. So if they ever quit, I can go back and add all those people. So I'm like savage with it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's smart because there are a lot of people who start and then like obviously we're lifers, I can't even tell you how many people that are in my inbox right now that want to join, and they were originally on someone else's team that was like kind of on our team, especially for like not really our team, but like, you know, my upline left. So like her other side of her team, I have so many of those people wanting to rejoin, or just like in general, people that are like wanting to come back and work. And it's like, dude, I mean, I'm still here, y'all ain't. So like, I can't feel that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Can't feel that bad either for that. That's not savage. Smart.
No.
So yeah, I saw that you posted the host to post boom. We posted something for host to post today too. Maybe I'll do something like that. But yeah, I'm down to do a Zoom whenever. Are you like, do you want it to be both of us talking or just me?
We can ping pong back and forth if you want.
Like, will we both present it to our teams?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can do that.
Okay.
How's next Tuesday?
I'm down. Next Tuesday.
26.
Gosh, it's already end of month. Like, what?
I know. I'm trying to do something like every night to keep everyone fired up. So that's my goal. Zoom with Court, and we can make like a pretty flyer or something.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions about stacking till the recording? If
not.
It's going to be something that you learn as you go. Like I always teach my team, training is learn as you go. So as you have a situation, come to me and I will coach you through it. And then once I start, you know, coaching you, teaching you about it, then you'll get it. It's just, you know, you have to go through it. Like, because there's different scenarios that come up. And then like, I even have other people, like they'll reach out to me like, hey, I need to move a DT. Would you move it here or here? And like, they'll kind of tell me what's going on. And then I'll be like, I would move it here because, and I would explain it. So it's circumstantial. So it's not something that I can just like tell you all the nitty gritty with it. It just, you know, as the situations come up, then let me know. And it all depends on that person or what's going on.
Yeah. The only thing left I feel like maybe I would ask is like, when would you say someone would go for the next rank? Like when they're maintaining with no problem?
Yeah, whenever they feel confident. I mean, if you're maintaining like the next month and your volume's good and you're not having to buy volume, or like if you're not losing rank, then you start charting ahead. Of course, you should always kind of have a map out of who you're gonna start charting, because it also depends on them. Are they a mass enroller? You know, if they're not mass enrolling, then they're gonna have to work on their leadership and work on attracting people that are gonna work. So I mean, it's just circumstantial. Like I mass enroll and I don't even chart ahead because I don't want to lose it. I've been there, done that. And for me, I'm not in a rush. You know, I knew I had to go through things and grow in order to grow my income. So it depends on them.
Yeah.
If they're enrolling, if their team's enrolling, you know, and if someone's losing rank, then there's no reason or benefit as to why they should be charting ahead.
Yeah. I think that's our biggest problem, because we've always been like rank hungry. You know, it makes no sense.
Chase the bank, not the rank.
I know, and it's so funny because our old upline used to always say that, but she never stacked. And so I'm like, what did you mean when you said that? Like, you know, because you did chase the rank, so I don't really understand.
No, but I mean it like legit, like chase the rank or chase the bank the rank, because like I said, with Johnny's stack and my fast starts, I was double making triple pres pay.
Yeah.
$14,000+ a month as a double.
That's amazing.
Because I stack.
Yeah. Oh. Goals, girl. I love you. I appreciate you so much.
You're welcome.
We can stop. Oh, I'm the one in charge of the recording.